As the successor to the 159, the Alfa Romeo Giulia has quite a job on its hands. Not only is it the famous Italian firm's first model in its new modular platform expected to spawn an SUV along with a Golf-sized hatchback over the next few years, but it's also charged with rescuing a company that has found its sails firmly in the doldrums. To do that, this attractive four-door saloon is going to have to win the hearts and minds not only of loyal fans put off by the lackluster Mito and Giulietta, but steal new sales from an established and hotly competitive sector that includes well-known cars such as the BMW 3 Series, Mercedes-Benz Glass, Audi A4 and of course the British entrant, the Jaguar X. As to appeal to business drivers and driving enthusiasts, the key to selling bulk in this marketplace is to break into the company car park by appealing to fleet managers, and on the face of it that's what Alfa has done here. The Giulia is available with a 2.1-litre diesel engine that emits 109 gkm of CO2 in both 150 horsepower and 180 horsepower outputs, qualifying it for the sub-130 gkm write-down allowance to get onto fleet lists and making for relatively low BIC tax for the drivers too. But it's about more than numbers. An Alfa Romeo should be an emotional thing, so we're pleased to say this is also one of the best cars in its class to drive, a true return to form. It has quick, precise steering and 50 hours 50 minutes weight distribution that makes the car feel far more involving than nearly anything else of its size, while its all-new engine lineup aims to provide excitement as well as low running costs. Its lightweight architecture helps in both respects, keeping fuel economy high and handling exciting. We did find a few wrinkles, however. No car is perfect, and it's a way behind the class leaders when quality of cabin materials and performance of multimedia system are taken into account. It'll only seat 4 adults too, and the boot is an awkward shape for larger items. Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio leaves rivals in its wake. There's a hot version of this new car too, and it's quite a thing. Developing a massive 503 bhp from its Ferrari-drive 2.9-litre V6 twin-turbocharged petrol engine, it demolishes 062 mph in 3.9 seconds and hits 191 mph flat out. We go into more detail about this car including its clever chassis in the driving section of this review, but unfortunately we only got one lap of an unfamiliar racetrack to form an opinion, so we'll refrain until we've tried it again for longer, perhaps in the UK, against its equally impressive rivals such as the Mercedes-AMG C63, the BMW M3 and even potential new performance models in the shape of the Jaguar XR and Audi RS4. In the meantime you can read what our sister publication Car thought about it here. The Parker's verdict. Firstly, congratulations are due to Alfa Romeo for building such a convincing executive saloon. In diesel and petrol forms, it looks good, drives superbly, and should prove economical to run on the company. Considering the strength of its rivals, this is quite an achievement. It's hard not to love the Giulia QV. It drives superbly, sounds brilliant and looks great compared with its most immediate German rivals. Aside from a few interior niggles, a slightly dated feeling infotainment system and the less than perfect image of its dealer network, this is a car that really stacks up. At the moment, it gets a thumbs up from us, an Alfa Romeo you can buy with the head, as well as the heart. Whether that changes once the Jaguar XR and Audi RS4 come on stream, well wait and see. But for now, buy, enjoy and savour this most convincing of super saloons. At launch, with the finance packages on offer, it was actually an expensive option. We're surprised at this considering Alfa Romeo says the Giulia should be a low depreciator, so you will need to think long and hard about how much you want to stand out from the crowd. The engine options include a pair of efficient diesels, a 197 bhp petrol and a fire-breathing 2.9-litre twin-turbocharged petrol in the Quadrifoglio performance model. No manual gearbox at all for UK right-hand drive cars, however. All use an 8-speed automatic gearbox that switches its gears quickly and smoothly without ever getting caught out between ratios. We appreciated the shift paddles too. They're located on the steering column rather than the wheel, just like a Ferrari. Every car gets Alfa's DNA switch as well. This allows you to adjust throttle response between dynamic sharper, normal default and advanced efficiency duller for better fuel economy. This rotary switch is conveniently positioned by the gear lever and easy to use without having to look down. Diesel power in the Alfa Romeo Giulia. The sole diesel engine is an all-new aluminium 2.1-litre, 4-cylinder unit with 148 bhp and 380 Nm of torque, or 178 bhp and 450 Nm depending on your requirements. It'll be available with an 8-speed automatic gearbox only, accelerating from 0-62 miles per hour in 8.2 seconds for the low-powered version and 7.1 seconds for the high-powered one. We've currently only driven the more powerful of these engines and can confirm it's smooth enough, but considering how recently it was developed, we were surprised how noisy it is. The Giulia's better performance, while most UK buyers will plump for the diesel, we preferred the 2-litre petrol engine to drive. It's keen to rev, sounds more interesting, and it's smoother and better to drive. The obvious penalty will be on fuel economy, but if you're doing lots of short journeys and not many miles per year, then you might be surprised how level the playing field is once you've factored in the car's purchase price. Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio, by far the fastest version of the Giulia, is the awkwardly named Quadrifoglio model, Italian for cloverleaf. This is powered by a Ferrari drive twin-turbocharged V6 petrol engine developing 503 bhp and 600 Nm of torque at 2,500 revolutions per minute. That's enough for 0-62 miles per hour dash in 3.9 seconds and a top speed of 191 miles per hour, roundly beating all of its rivals. Unlike left-hand drive markets, the Giulia Quadrifoglio will only be available with an 8-speed, specially calibrated automatic gearbox. It works as well as you'd expect, rifling through the gears with ferocity. It's a monstrously quick car from what we've gleaned so far from one lap around an unfamiliar circuit, so we look forward to testing it more thoroughly when we get our hands on it in the UK.